don't eat tomatoes, do you?
It's not right.
No, you never have eaten tomato.
It's my money with that.
You know, I can only wonder why that is.
Because we had an agreement, that's why.
For a man to reach your considerable age, Uncle Albert, without ever having eaten a tomato seems to me to be remarkable.
I am not talking about tomatoes.
It's mere prejudice and very curious.
I've got no interest in tomatoes.
Is it a vegetable or is it a fruit? Now, I never have been quite sure, but either way, it is a most satisfactory comestible, both from the aesthetic and alimentary points of view.
Now, what are you on about?
The tomato.
You don't care, do you? It's money I'm talking about. Money that by rights should be mine.
Yes, but then you have been airing untiringly your deep sense of grievance since 6 o'clock last night with what can only be described as too brief a pause for sleep. In other words, you have been meddling with my sanity.
Oh, there's no sense in talking to you.
Oh, I'm glad you've seen that.
Look, I don't see any difference at all. None at all. It was share and share alike it was with the 100 quid I won. And it's the only 100 I've ever won or ever likely to. Now tell me, don't you think I've got some claim on her 20?
It's a fruit, of course. Now I come to think about it, not a legume, but the fruiting body of a vine-like growth from the genus... What's its name?
Will you shut up about your blooming tomatoes?
Yes, gladly, if you shut up about your blooming poultry,
Look,
10 quid.
all
Look,
that...
you have every claim, I grant you, that trust, friendship and common decency can inspire, but, as history shows, sadly and only too often, that is not enough. You have no legal claim, you have no remedy and no redress.
Well, haven't I? Well, we'll soon see about that.
Well, now where are you off to?
Never you mind.
Well, look, if you land up in police custody, I'm not coming to bail you out.
I know, you're one of that lot, aren't you, that never take the money out of your pocket. Well, I'm quite ready to go to court over this money. Good and ready.
Ernest?
Out the back.
Well, you might have brought the milk off the step. Been out in the sun all morning.
No, this thing's gone on the blink. The light meter. I should have kept the other one. So now if somebody does ring me up for a little job, my equipment's given up the ghost.
As long as it's only the equipment and not Ernest Bishop, then we'll manage. He didn't open the post.
Didn't need to open the post.
Oh, Ernest, really?
Oh, look, love, I think I'm aware of the general tenor of the contents. 7 days or we cut you off at the neck.
We can pay the gas and electricity.
Yeah, with money we owe the taxman. There's little hope of paying him.
Oh, it's not quite as hopeless.
Oh,
as
look,
that.
love, let's not kid ourselves. They're not going to bankrupt us for us. They will. They do. They're like that. Oh, I'm just fooling myself, aren't I? It doesn't matter whether it works or not. Got anything here for lunch?
I got you a kipper. They used to be cheap kippers.
Been through the ads?
I don't think there's anything new. It's the same as yesterday's.
All the same, I think I'll just wade through them. Oh, did that bit of washing up, by the way?
You didn't do the top of the stove. But you have got it very tidy.
Thank you. They will, you know. In a couple of months, when they want the money, they will put us through bankruptcy because we won't have it. Not even if I do get a job. Mind you, I'll be the one that's bankrupt, not you. You'll still be able to have a bank account and get credit. Something, I suppose. I knew I'd need you one day. That's why I married you.
If we could send them part of it, I mean a large part, well, then they wouldn't. Well,
Where
probably, I mean...
are we going to get a large part of £300?
Gail, have you gone to dinner yet?
Do you think they're too tight?
Well, they're all wearing them tight these days, love.
Well, you can see all my undies.
Well, let's try a different colour, shall we? Here, how about these? Gail, I said, have you gone to your dinner yet?
All right. What are you getting all worked up about?
Because if you haven't gone to your dinner, there's customers here that want serving.
It's all right, Mrs. Howard. I was showing Gail one or two new lines.
And one or two old ones, no doubt.
Sorry to have held you up, Gail.
It's quite all right, Mr. Thornley.
I didn't like that last remark, Mrs. Howard.
I wasn't born yesterday, Mr. Thornley, if you don't mind me saying so, and neither were you.
Your business here is selling clothes. I'll walk up to the corner with you.
No, I don't like him.
It's lovely, Mrs. Walker. Oh, really lovely.
Don't think it's too severe?
Oh, no.
It's odd, though, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Nellie Harvey. Oh. I mean, why is she coming here?
Well, I thought you were going to the Lady Victor's
Yes, I know, but
affair.
it's not on her way. We're meeting at Marjorie's. Of course, she has had it in for Marjorie Hartnell ever since that disastrous fancy dress ball at the Conservative Club.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Well, it is one of the deepest regrets of my life that I wasn't there. However, they glossed it over.
Gloss what over?
Well, I believe there were some very ugly scenes.
Well, what happened exactly?
Oh, it's best forgotten, dear. Suffice it to say that the cause of the trouble was when Marjorie Hartnell turned up in fancy dress
Well, yes, but I mean...
as Nellie Harvey.
Oh, no!
She nearly got the first prize for the wittiest costume.
Oh!
Of course, it was overstepping them all.
Well, I'm amazed at speaking.
All sweetness and light. They made it up. Oh, Nellie can take a joke.
Is that right?
She said so herself. And I think she's coming here today to make some friendly little gesture to Marjorie, you know, like stabbing her in the back.
You have no claim that'll stand up in a court of law.
Court of law for the likes of us, a waste of time.
Quite right, Mrs. Sharples. Any money go it, lawyers get it.
You take Bertha Lumley by the nose, she wants telling.
Well, I've got a good mind to.
Well, if you've a mind to, why don't you go and do it? You stop mithering.
Ernest, about the income tax.
Oh, don't.
No, we can send them a pretty reasonable lump of it. And if we send it a little in advance, I mean, it'll show that
How?
you just don't see, do you?
How, love?
No. Luke,
Emily, your ring, what have you done?
I sold it.
Sold it?
I went to a jeweller.
Oh, Emily, you fool.
What if it keeps you out of the bankruptcy
I
court,
don't
Ernest?
care. I'll go through bankruptcy. Anything rather than you sell that ring. I gave you that ring. Oh, Emily, you...
I could not walk about with it on my finger and see you hounded for £300.
How much did he give you?
£100.
100. I paid more than that for it. That was 5 years ago.
£100 is £100.
It's neither here nor there.
Of course it is. With that and what we've got,
It still won't break even.
if we can just get a bit coming in,
Oh,
then we will.
a bit coming
A
in.
job. I mean, one of us must be able to get
Where?
somewhere. And if we don't, well, the Social Security will have to pay the next lot of bills, but we have to pay these.
The Social Security is only
Beggars
responsible.
cannot be choosers.
We are not beggars.
Exactly. We are not beggars. And that is why. That is why I sold it. It's a sad thing that it happened to be worth money. Should give rings made of grass or something with no value other than what it means. I walked past the pawn shop, by the way. I couldn't see it going there. Selling it seemed at least decent, undeluded, not so pathetic.
Sorry.
Don't be. Is that something else we can't afford? Feeling sorry for ourselves.
What do I have to do? Shake 'em by the throat? By God, I will.
Look, are you saying I'm thick?
Well, you must be if you think you're going to beat the bookies.
Oh, what a load of cobblers. Who's trying to beat the bookies? I'm not.
Of course you are. You all think you're going to win. You all think you're going to get it easy.
Well, look, it's no good me beating the bookies, because tomorrow I'll have to sub him so I can have a bet, won't I?
They are drunk.
Lovely. And
You've changed something.
I don't think so, dear.
Oh, yes, you have. I can't put my finger on it, but you've got it really very nice in here.
No, it's exactly the same as the last time we came.
Good. Well, it's just that when I walked in, something hit me. It always strikes me the way you've got it really very nice in here. Such a contrast to that street. You know, you really do rise above your environment, Anne.
Time when I lose, I'm just like paying for it on the trip.
It's a pity you couldn't get the brewery to do something about the outside, though.
My dear, they begged me, but I said no. They even sent a young fellow round, a designer, somebody who does these things.
Oh, that'd be the same chappie that did ours.
20th century nonsense, I said. This is a northern public house, and that is the way it's going to stay.
But progress, Anne. You know, they've totally changed our facade.
Yes, I know, dear. But it'll be all right when it mellows. Will you come through? I have to get my coat.
No, dear, I'll stay here. You see, the transport's waiting.
Look, take them millionaires. Look, like Nelson Bunker-Hunt. What do they do with their money? They bet on horses, don't they?
Yeah, but they own the horses.
Yeah, for my 50p, I get a piece of the same action, don't I? Look, I get me pick of all the thoroughbreds. When I put a shilling on Lester, he's riding for me. Lester Piggott riding for me. The greatest artist ever to draw breath.
Yeah, well, he'd have to be a great artist to draw breath, wouldn't he?
Oh, shut up, you.
It's all an illusion, Eddie.
Yeah, well, maybe I don't like the reality that much, then.
Say that again.
Here, Bet. Set him up again, will you? I want to get the Vicar K line. Oh, hello, darling. Will you join us? Hey, I like your hat.
Oh, Anne, you do get some characters in here.
Have a nice time, Mrs. Walker. You know, when I go, they'll probably take this facade brick by brick to a museum. Perfect turn of the century, northern public house architecture.
And here we have a perfect little piece of 20th century nonsense, Anne. I told you the transport was waiting.
Who's going to drive? Where's Arthur?
Oh, Arthur bought it for me. I passed the test.
You've passed your driving test?
Yes. Wasn't it sneaky of me? Hop in.
If you could, Len, I mean, anything you can do to help, I'd be most grateful.
Yeah, well, you know what it's like.
You can imagine what it cost me to ask you.
No, well, nothing I can do.
Oh, anything, man. I'll do any job that's going.
I don't know. Everyone seems to think I'm well in, you know. I'm in the same boat as you. I mean, if I was looking for a job, I wouldn't know where to start looking.
Right, I'll just get down the parade ring, give Lester his last-minute instructions for the 2 o'clock.
Nah, well, he'll be rich when he retires, you won't.
Want to bet?
He'll never learn, you know.
OK, just a half then for me then.
Right, a half it is then, Betty.
I wonder where you got to.
Now, she knows where I've been.
No, I don't, because I rang Corpse twice this morning. They said they'd not seen you.
Your secret is out, nutter.
So where have you been, then?
I am not disclosing that.
He's got a very guilty look in his eye.
And I'll have a pint at all, Betty.
No, I mean it, Len. If you can think of anything, I'll do anything so long as it's work.
All right, Ernie, if I do.
I suppose you haven't heard of anything, have you, Alf?
What's that?
Well, you know how I'm fixed. I've got all this back tax to pay, and it's pretty considerable. I need a job, any job.
Yeah, well, I mean, it depends what you do, really, doesn't it?
Anything!
Yeah, well, that's the trouble. I mean, if it was just one thing, it might... You could always apply for industrial retraining.
I need a job, and I need it now.
Yeah, well, I'm not the bloke to talk to.
Yes, Ken.
No, not for me, thanks, Betty, but I think I'll just put one in for Uncle Albert.
Oh.
He's gone.
Who's been buying him rum?
Well, Eddie did, but I don't know where he gets the money from.
Well, I bought him one and all, but he won't take any harm. He won't get tiddly on 2 rums.
Well, that's not what I'm worried about.
It's no good you cracking on you're not there because I know you are. Why don't you come out and give me the money what you owe me? And I'm not frightened of you, you know, Nat Lumley. You needn't think that. So come on out. Go
Albert! Go on! Go away before I fetch the police on you.
Come on, 50 quid you had off me.
That was my 50 quid.
50 quid, come on, give me back 10.
I'll call the police.
Look, will you give me my money?
I'll call them on the telephone.
Well, you haven't got a telephone.
Yes, we have.
Oh, no, you haven't got no wires.
We have got wires.
No, you haven't.
We have. From the back.
All right, then we'll go and call the police.
I will, and you've been drinking. He's in drink. He's just an old man in drink, that's all.
50 quid is what she owes me. 50 quid. And now she won't give me the 10 what she owes me.
You'll not get 10 out of me if you stay there all day and all night, so there.
Okay, you feel good now? You feel better?
Not frightening that Lumley, you know.
No, I know. You proved that. Now, come on. Come on. You're a fool.
There's no fool like an old fool, I know.
Well, I thought Marjorie was in very good form.
You know, I don't understand Marjorie.
Really?
Well, she tries to be such a cow, but I'm sure it's not in her nature. She could be quite a likeable girl, really, if only she'd let herself be.
Now, Nellie, she did put herself out.
If she put herself out half as much as she pulls herself in, she'd be a raging success. Mind you, I shouldn't speak ill of a fellow member.
No.
Did you know she's in the AA?
Marjorie in the AA? I never heard of a licensee in Alcoholics Anonymous.
Oh, Anne, you are a scream. The Automobile Association. I'm in the AA too.
But couldn't you have joined another club?
Oh, I've joined them all, only I haven't had my badge from them yet.
Yes, of course, it's obvious, isn't it? I mean, she is aiming to be president. She's making it perfectly obvious.
Oh, well, let her. That was her car. You saw it, the yellow one.
And you know, I think she would have her points as president. Tea.
You know, I do think yellow's a showy colour for a car. But, you know, to tell you the truth, I didn't want a big one. You see, I mainly run around town, and it's very nippy, the one I've got.
Marjorie has my vote.
Now then, ladies, will I make a butler?
Fred, how sweet of you.
Afternoon tea, my lady.
Thank you.
And how long have you had Mr.
G.
Mr. G?
How long have you been here, Fred?
It's about 4 months now.
Oh, and are you living in then, Mr. G?
Well, I inhabit the servants'
Oh,
quarters.
Fred, go on with you.
Well, if there's anything else you'd require, my lady.
Hey, they're great. Can I have them?
No.
Only to borrow them tonight.
I said no.
I'll take good care of them. Go on.
They don't suit you, you know.
You do. Bring me eyes out.
Oh.
Go on.
All right, but I want them back first thing in the morning.
Yeah. And can I borrow this blouse?
No.
You used to.
I used to what?
Borrow the stock out of Miami Mode and go out looking dead glamorous.
Who told you that tale?
You did.
No. Anything you take out of this shop, you pay for.
All right, I'll pay for it. Friday, I've subbed one blouse. Tell him I'll be 2 minutes, if you can bear to speak to him.
Good evening, Mrs. Howard.
She's just getting ready.
Good.
How's Sylvia these days?
As far as I know, she's very well.
Oh. You don't see much of her then?
That's what I like about you. You're always interested in other people.
I think Sylvia'd be interested in other people, certain other people, if she knew what was going on.
Oh? And are you going to tell on me then?
Oh, I'm not bothered about you.
Well, Gail's bothered about you. She thinks you're a bit jealous.
And God help her, she thinks you're sophisticated, so it just shows you how wrong she can be.
She's enjoying herself, that's all.
Oh, if that was all it was, I'd leave it alone and say she was a fool. But you are an associate of the boss, and associates of the boss should not mess around with little sales girls.
Mrs. Howard, I'm perfectly capable of managing my life, business and private. That's why I've been an associate of the boss for a very long time.
And Sylvia is quite capable of giving Gail the boot if she gets one whiff of this.
Then it's up to all of us to make sure that she keeps her job, isn't it?
You got a job?
At the hospital?
Mrs. Sharples told me. She said she'd seen you going in there.
Yes, I saw her. I was sent from the job centre.
Secretarial?
No.
Well, what else is you can do in a hospital?
I turned down the job as consultant. The hours are awkward.
What?
Orderly.
Orderly? You mean...
Orderly. Cleaning up the... well, you know, shifting things, emptying the... Orderly, it all has to be done.
And you're prepared to do this? I mean, you could wait until something
Of course
better
I'm
comes.
prepared to do that if all I have to do is clean. Cleanliness has wiped out more disease than medicine. Isn't that a...
Yeah, yes.
And there's a job there you could go for. You'd get it.
Oh, what's that?
Well, it's only portering.
Portering.
Well, they're looking for theatre porters.
And what do they do?
Well, patients into and out of the theatre. Clearing out the... Well, you know, after the operations, the bits and pieces.
No, I'm sorry, Emily.
Well, you said
Yeah, I
you'd
know.
do
I'm sorry, but I know I couldn't do it. It's
it's
just...
amazing what you can get used to after a few
I don't
days.
want to get used to shifting...
Well, you said distinctly you'd take any job.
Well...
Oh, well, I suppose I'd better get used to being the breadwinner.
Oh, it was a pleasure, Anne. And any time you need a lift, well, you know where you've got a chauffeur.
How very kind of you, Nellie. Saved me a fortune in taxis, because I find I'm taking taxis everywhere these days.
You know, there are some nice little runs into Derbyshire. You must come with us. Mind you, we haven't been far yet, with Arthur being bad. I mean, on Sunday we just ran over to Bramhall and looked in all the estate agents.
What a novel way to spend Sunday.
Oh, well, it's different when you're mobile.
Well, I'm afraid that's game, set and match to Nellie.
Are you a motorist yourself, Mr. Fairclough? Do you know what she'll do? She'll get a flask and a rug and she'll kip in that car tonight.
Do you know, I don't ever see Mrs. Walker getting even.
Well, she could get a little car herself.
She's never going to learn to drive.
Well, in that case, this is one she's lost.
She's a dedicated player, is Annie, you know. You won't write that off. Listen.
Oh.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Annie's being driven completely round the bend by somebody who's already done a three-point turn and shows no sign of trying an emergency stop. Classic Coronation Street, only as Granada Plus knows how, after the break.